guys, today I'm going to do a kind of get ready with me using new products. This is actually going to be the look that I'm going to be wearing in my haul video. So that video should have gone up before this one. I will hopefully link it down below. I usually forget to do that. My bad. I'm sorry. Hopefully the lighting is okay in here. I have a bunch of lights on. I had like some, oh, I'm like looking at them like being blinded. I have two studio lights that I normally have covered with paper, but I feel like my lighting is always too dark. So I'm hoping that I'm not washed out now. But let me know if you like me more lighting wise in other videos, like before my Sephora haul, because I'm just trying this out and I'm hoping that it's good because I'm sick of always like looking really dark. Anyway, I'm going to be trying out a bunch of new products today. I'm using a couple of products that I've used before a few times, but some of the products I'm using for the first time and I'm super excited about it. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to start with my eyes. So I am going to prime using the MAC Soft Ochre Paint Pot. You have seen this on my channel a million times before. This is not new, but it's still probably my favorite primer. I also really like the Urban Decay priming potion in the shade Enigma, but lately I've just been reaching for my OG, which is my MAC Soft Ochre Paint Pot. It's just the perfect shade. It's not too pink, it's not too warm, it's light enough, and I feel like it's just, I don't know, I really like it. It's perfect. Next, I'm going to actually apply some tape because I'm going to be doing like a dark smoky eye. I want to do something super fun and like grungy and smoky. I don't know. So that's what I'm doing today. I'm pretty excited about it. And I actually do have a little mirror, but I need like a big mirror. This mirror is not cutting it. It's not cutting it. So to start off for the eyes, I'm going to be using the Kathleen Lights Morphe palettes. I can't remember if I've done an eye look on my channel with this before. I don't think I have. I have had this a while. I've used it. I love it. It's very dirty. It's very affordable. And I do think that they still have this on the Morphe website. It is limited edition. The first thing I'm going to do is actually set my eye primer using this shade in the Kathleen Lights palette right here. I hate that this palette does not have a mirror for doing looks anyway. So I am just going to put this all over my lid. It will make blending easy later on, and it's also going to just set that primer down so it doesn't move around at all, even though this one dries really matte, so it probably wouldn't. That really wouldn't be an issue. Next shade I'm going to use is this kind of light brown, just in the crease as a transition shade. I'm going to do this really lightly, and then I'm going to get in with the dark colors because it is going to be very dark up in here today. I'm excited. I just didn't want it to be like stark transition from black to my brow bone. So this is just kind of a nice light brown that I'm just buffing into my crease so we have a more simple gradient transition. I don't know. And if you're wondering where Caduceus is, he is currently in my bedroom with his rawhide going to town. I asked him if he wanted to come, but he just looked at me and he was like, no, why would I? I've got my rawhide. So he's fine. He's just having a good old time on his own. He didn't need to be with mom right now, which is fine. Next, I'm going to go in with this gray color here, and I'm just kind of going to go exactly where I went with that brown and a little bit below, because I'm going to use straight up black pretty much everywhere else. I love this palette. You can do so many looks with this palette. It's easy to use. The shadows are blendable. They're not chalky. It's pretty fabulous. Okay. I am just blending the heck out of this grayish shadow. I don't want to look like I have a black eye. Now I'm going to go back into the same brush that I used to lay down my white shade to just set everything. It's just a nice Crown Brushes brush. It doesn't say what brush it is, but it's a dual-sided brush. I think I got this in an Ipsy bag at some point, and I'm going to go in with the black from this palette. I'm just going to lay that all over my lid space. Kathleen, in her video describing her palette, said that she wanted this to be a black that you had to build up, and it definitely is a black you have to build up. Like, as you can see, I am really having to build it up and buff it in to get it to be black. So I guess it's good, but at the same time, I was hoping it'd be a little bit more black, you know what I'm saying? But I like it, it's just, it's not what I was expecting. I haven't used the black shade before. Now that I have that black on, I'm just gonna pick up a little bit more of the gray color and buff my crease so everything is super blended, because this is such an intense smoky eye. I want it to have like a nice gradient effect from the black to my brow bone. So I just bought an Instant Pot. It's coming tomorrow. If you don't know what that is, it's like a pressure cooker, but it also acts as a slow cooker and a rice cooker, and you can make yogurt in it, which I would never make my own yogurt. I mean, I eat Trix yogurt if I have yogurt, and I don't think I would be capable of making that in the Instant Pot. But I think it's cool that it has that option. I don't know, Trevor might want to do that one day. Probably not though, but I am really excited. So if you have any like super cool pressure cooker recipes, post them down below. I would really appreciate it. I think that'd be super fun. Now that I have the shadow down, I'm gonna go in with something I'm super excited to try, and that is the Stila Magnificent Metals Glitter and Glow Liquid Eyeshadow. I have used Rose Gold Retro before. I used it for my Valentine's Day makeup and I loved it. I loved it so much I had to buy more colors, but I haven't used this one, and this one's like black with a bunch of silver glitter in it, and it's super badass. I'm going to take this on this little flat definer brush. It's very small. This is from Royal and Langnickel. I got it in my BoxyCharm this month, and I'm just going to take this and put it on this lovely flat definer so I can be really precise, since this is such a freaking dark ass glitter. And I'm gonna put it on my lid space, and it's gonna be so awesome. So I'm gonna get closer so you can really see. Hopefully I'm not blocking it out. And I'm gonna mainly put it on the center of my lid, like pack it on the center, and then as I get less glitter on my brush, I'm gonna lightly kind of decrease how much I put on the outer corners. I really want it packed in the middle though. It is so intense and so pretty. I put the smallest amount on, and this is what I got. So I'm pretty impressed. And now I'm gonna do the same thing for the other eye, and I'm gonna be right back. So if there was such a thing as a perfect glitter, I'm pretty sure these Stila liquid glitters are it. I'm obsessed. I think they're amazing. They are such good quality, and I just, there's no words to describe their awesomeness. And I'm just gonna take a little bit more of the gray and mix it with the black and blend it into my crease. With these glitters, you do wanna be careful and only do a little bit of blending, because they will have fallout if you blend too much once they're on. Just like with any glitter, I mean, they're glitter, so that will happen. Now that I have that down, I'm actually gonna move on to the face. I'm just gonna take that off. I'm gonna grab a makeup wipe. Ooh, this one's dry. That one's dry too. That's fun. I left it open. And I'm just gonna get anything off my hands and like a real quick swipe under my eyes to get off any excess glitter. I'm actually gonna be using a couple new products that I've never used on my face before. That's gonna be the Becca Instant Complexion Refresh in First Light Priming Filter, and I'm gonna use my CoverFX drops, and then I'm also gonna use a little bit of this Nurturing Force Blot Out Offensive Face Primer. This is so matte. I love it. It's amazing. So I'm gonna mix all three of these together and kind of make a concoction. So I'm gonna do a pump of the Becca. I'm gonna do a dab of this anti-shine primer, and then I'm gonna do a couple drops. I'm just gonna put any extra on my face. Get on my face primer. This stuff is so good, I'm telling you. It dries really fast though, so I need to move my butt. And then I'm going to use my Custom Effects drops in the shade G20. And I'm just gonna do, well, it's not working. This thing is so dumb. One, it's not giving me drops. Why? There. Hopefully that's enough. We're gonna see. So I'm gonna mix these all together on the back of my hand, and we're gonna see how this goes. because that matte thing is super matte, and I'm hoping the Becca priming filter is gonna make it so it's easier to work with on the face. And I'm gonna just take my Sigma F80 Kabuki and just buff this into the skin like there's no freaking tomorrow. And I'm gonna have to work super fast. Wow, you know, I thought that this color was gonna be good. I guess it is a pretty good match. It just seems like it looks a little bit light, but I am very fair in my body. My face is just darker, so maybe that's why I'm thinking that. I don't know, but it looks light. It's drying so fast because of that mattifying primer. Hopefully it matches enough to where I didn't have to take it all the way down my neck, because I don't have any more product yet that hasn't dried. So I can say off the bat, I hate the way that this Becca filter smells. It stinks. I think it stinks anyway. I hate that citrus smell. It's not a good citrus smell. I love like lemon essential oil and all that fun stuff, but that stinks. I think it smells like a cleaner. No offense, I love Becca, but I don't like that smell. Next, I'm gonna be using these NARS Soft Matte Concealers, and I have two shades. I have the shade Light 1 Chantilly, and this is the lightest shade that they have, believe it or not. It's really not that light. It matches my skin tone pretty close. It's probably a shade or two lighter. And then I have the shade Canelle, which is a little bit too dark, but it works if I have a darker foundation on, which is why I kept it. And I like to take a little bit of Canelle on my finger and put it under my eyes, like anywhere where I have super dark circles, since it's got like a peachy undertone. And then I go over top of it with Chantilly, and it's enough to highlight and kind of cover up my dark circles. I really like this concealer. I think that it kind of not only conceals, but it also blurs the look of pores. Like, I put it on and I look poreless. It's amazing. The Tarte Shape Tape doesn't make me look poreless, but it will cover anything, which I love. But I think I like this one more, and I actually like the fact that I could just do all of this blending out with my finger, and I don't have to use a beauty blender or anything like I feel like I need to with the Tarte Shape Tape. But it just looks so good on the skin. I bring it down the side of my nose and get in there, and then like a triangle to highlight my face. And now I'm just going to take a little bit on the center of my forehead, down the bridge of my nose, and my Cupid's bow where I would normally highlight. Now to set my entire face and my under eyes, I'm going to use this CoverFX Perfect Setting Powder in the shade Translucent Lights. I like this packaging. So you have the lid, and then it has this that's so nice. It pops up, so it's good to travel with. I really like it. And to set my under eyes, I'm going to use this Morphe E48. They don't make this anymore because they have a new Elite collection that's way cooler. They probably have another E48, but it doesn't look like this. And I'm just going to press this in to my under eyes and everywhere I concealed first, and then I'll set the rest of my face. And I also really love this setting powder. I think that it also reduces the appearance of pores. So I just love how smooth this combo makes my face look. It's like magical. And to set the rest of my face, I'm using this IT Cosmetics Heavenly Luxe brush in the CoverFX powder and tapping off the excess and just really pressing it in there. So I totally forgot contouring powder. Like I legit forgot it like completely. It's in my bedroom. So I'm gonna take what I'm gonna use my brows. This is the Benefit Brow Zings, like the old school packaging in the shade Lights. And I'm gonna take that same E48 and I'm gonna get some of this on here, and I'm gonna totes try to make magic happen with this, even though that's not what this is for. I'm gonna lightly attempt to contour just because I have such an intense eye. I don't want to not have any contour. Ooh, that's very gray. Oh, that's okay. This is a learning curve. We're trying stuff out for the first time, right? So it doesn't look bad. I mean, it doesn't look like the best thing ever, but it's working for me. So what more can you ask for when you're in a pinch, right? Not much. Okay, so now that I've contoured like a crazy person, I'm gonna take this Milani Baked Bronzer in the shade Soleil. It is a little bit dark for me, but I still really, really like it. It has like this nice light shimmer to it, and it just makes you look so sun-kissed, and it's super affordable because it's Milani. Ugh, I love it. So I'm just going to go in with this Crown Jumbo Powder Brush and really bronze up my face. All right, this is working. For blush today, I'm gonna use Milani's Luminoso. I have heard that they have reformulated this and it is now a lot more pink. I have the older version that is more on the kind of orangey pink side. So if they have reformulated it, that's a total bummer because everyone seemed to love the old Luminoso, but they say that the new one's like more pigmented and it's a lot more pink. So if you go to repurchase Luminoso, just keep that in mind, that it might not be the same as what you're used to. Okay, it's looking good. Now that blush is on, I'm gonna go ahead and highlight, and I'm gonna use this Becca Jaclyn Hill palette that came out like 2 holidays ago, and I'm going to mix Champagne Pop and Pearl together. You can buy both of these shades individually, and I'm gonna use my Morphe M501 to do this. I'm picking it more Champagne Pop than Pearl, and I'm just gonna highlight everywhere I would normally highlight. I really want this look to be kind of glowy because I'm just all about it. So just, if you don't want to go ham on it, don't. Do what you would normally like. Because I know there's a lot of people out there that are like, that's not how you highlight. You don't want to like be all glowy like that. You just want to lit with... No, I'm not doing it. I'm getting all out because this is what I like, and makeup is all about what you like. There are no rules. And I'm also going to bring it down my nose. And I'm going to take just Champagne Pop from my brow bone here. Because I like even more of a glow, I'm going to go in with these Guerlain Meteorites. And I'm actually just going to take the same brush that I used for my bronzer. And I'm really quickly going to go over my face. And this just kind of adds this beautiful glow. Like legit beautiful full face glow. I love this. Next for brows, I'm going to use this Benefit Brow Zings. And I'm just gonna lightly fill in my brows real quick. I'm just not good with brows. So first I'm going to brush them up and over, and then I'm going to fill them in really quick.
2,000 years later.
Okay, that's fine. They're not the most even, but that's okay. We're moving on. So next I'm gonna set everything on my face with this Marble SELR. This is so cool. There's a marble on the bottom. I'm obsessed with this. And it's alcohol free, which I really like. You've probably heard of green marble, which is something that is like so popular amongst like the drag community because it's amazing and it'll keep your makeup in place for like years. This one does the job, but it is alcohol free. It's the only setting spray that is actually freaking worked for me. It's amazing. So I'm just gonna go ahead and spritz it on my face and let it dry. I will say it's a bit stinky. Now I'm gonna finish off my eye look. For my bottom lower lash line, I'm gonna take that same light brown shade in the Kathleen Lights palette and run it along my lower lashes. I'm gonna go back in with this gray shade, and I'm gonna go under my lash line as, I'm gonna go under my lower lash line as well. I'm gonna try to stay as close to my lashes as I can. And I am just trying to buff out that corner so it's not so harsh. There we go. To line my eyes today, I'm gonna use this NYX Très Jolie liner. And I'm going to tight line and do my waterline with this. Sorry if I go out of frame, because I don't have a mirror that I can hold up and do this at the same time with. So I'm going to try. But if I go out of frame, just tight line and line your waterline with a black liner. I'm gonna take a little bit of champagne pop on my pinky and pop it into my tear duct area. I don't know why. Oh, the inner corner. I don't know why I couldn't think of that. I'm gonna pop champagne pop into my inner corner with my pinky finger to kind of brighten it up a little bit and just drag it until it kind of blends with the black. Now I'm going to curl my lashes. These are just some Tweezerman lash curlers. God, this is like the longest video ever. Now I'm gonna apply a crap ton of mascara because I do not feel like wearing falsies to work. In fact, I really don't feel like falsies any day. I just feel like they're an inconvenience, but they look really nice. So I'm just gonna build up this KIKO volumizing mascara, which I think was like $10 on the KIKO website. And bonus, they have cash back through Ebates if you ever shop for KIKO. Sorry about my mascara face. It's like you can see right up my nose. But if I don't like do that, like I get mascara all over my lids. So I don't have any bogeys. We should be okay. All right, looking good. And I'm also gonna put it on my lower lash line as well. I got a little bit of mascara on my lower lash line, so a good tip for that is to take a spoolie and just lightly brush it away. So for lips, I am going to be using my new favorite nude lip. I'm obsessed with it, which is by Japonesque. I actually got this in my BoxyCharm, and it is in the shade 01. I guess it's 01, there's no name. But I love it, it's so good. And it looks so nice. It's not matte or anything. It's got like a satin finish. It is so creamy. It is the ideal nude for my skin tone. And it has taken me so long to find the perfect nude. All right guys, so that is the makeup. I think I'm gonna keep this lip. It just depends on how it looks with my hair. But I am gonna go dry my hair and I'll be right back to show you guys the finished look. I'll see you guys in a minute. I love you all so much and I'll see you soon. Bye guys.